Um, could you say one specific picture that you really like, that you went to the movies and you've seen one picture, for example, from Lawrence of Arabia or something like that, just one shot? It can be a still shot or moving shot that really got to you.
Well, I think in Lawrence of Arabia, the shot that always sticks in my mind is the riding out of the nephew, where the Omar Sharif character, I think it is on a camel, and he comes riding towards the camera on a very long lens, and there's a heat haze. And what I believe happened in that is that the art director went with some black charcoal and dust and made a perspective to the horizon to make the viewer's eyes go and focus on him, so as if it's not like a road, but it gave it some energy towards the character. Otherwise there was just desert, and there was no composition factor in it. And I thought that's a very clever idea to do things like that. And plus they used heat shimmers, heat bars to create the mirage effect. And I think that brings together, and using a very long lens like that to reduce the composition, which again brings up the heat effect, is very cleverly thought out.
What do you think of this new digital revolution with the Red One camera, then the Red Scarlet is going to come out, and the DSLR cameras, the 5D, 7Ds? What do you think about the workflow with those cameras, the problems that come with them, the new possibilities?
Well, I don't think they're the answer to everything. They're just a cheap and convenient way to make film, and it makes it accessible for people to do things. I know a lot of TV commercials are being done on it. The colour space is not very good. The chips are quite good as far as still cameras go, but as far as movie cameras go, I don't think they're very good. A lot of compression. But this is the first type of this camera, and when always the second version of these things come around, you can see that with the Red One, the first chip was not very good. The next chip is better. Now we have the Alexa, which is even better still. So every generation of these cameras gets better and better. And Panavision and Panasonic are bringing out new cameras very soon. So they'll be interesting to see the quality of them. The workflow is getting better and easier to deal with. I just did a film in 3D using the Pace camera and also the Panasonic F23 cameras, and the quality of that was very good.
What's your impression about this 3D fever that's taking over the movie industry right now? Everything is 3D right now. What do you think about it, and do you want to keep working with 3D in the future?
Well, 3D at the moment is very difficult to shoot. It's extremely complicated. The cameras are heavy and big. It's going back to the old days. The effect is in its early stage, and eventually it will get easier to work with. The cameras will get smaller. We'll either just have one camera and two capturing lenses or something, or two chips inside of one camera. They'll invent a new way to do it. The studios are very interested in the 3D. They like it as a marketing tool, and some people like it, some people don't like it. Some people don't like wearing glasses. So there's different camps in this. I think it's an interesting storytelling tool because you can take the audience. You can work out in the space where you want to put the audience, where you want them to be. It's not, you don't just have the focal length and the focus to deal with creating the drama. We also can use the volume of the room and whereabouts we put the screen to look, whether we're in the picture, or outside of the picture. So you're either looking into it, like you're looking into a mirror, or you're outside of it, and the things come out at you in the room. and use the negative space. These choices are new and exciting, and directors, once they start to understand how to use this and work with a cinematographer on designing the look of the film, it'll give us a whole new way of seeing things. Plus, audiences are very uneducated in this process at the moment, and the more they see, like, look at the first music videos, were very quiet and just one shot and then another shot. Now there's hundreds of shots with different cameras cut in, Super 8 stills cameras, all sorts of footage is just bombarded into a very dense, complicated, complex image. Well, for 3D, it's like the baby stage. It's just starting.
So one last question. Can you have a word of advice for the fresh cinematographers?
Well, the most important thing is to be persevering. If you're passionate about what you do and you really love making pictures and making images, you just have to persevere and hang in there. And if you do, and if you've got any talent at all, that will come to the surface and you'll be a great cinematographer.